The holiday of Chanukah is upon us when we light the Chanukiah, reminiscent of the menorah in the Beit Midrash. The high priest has the commandment of preparing the menorah to be lit, as it says in the Torah, "Beha'alotcha et hanerot," when you lift up the candles. And the rabbis teach us that the challenge of the high priest was not really to light the Chanukiah, to light the menorah, but rather to prepare the wick. Sheteh shalhevet ola me'aleha, as Rashi explains, that the flame should come up as if on its own. On Chanukah also we experience this, anyone who lights an oil menorah, how much of the challenge is preparing the wick so that the flame comes up properly? Well, Chanukah, the name of this holiday, comes from Chinuch, which really was the role of the Levites, of the Kohanim in the Beit Midrash. They were the educators. And I learned from my father that this actually is teaching us a principle in education, that real education is preparing the wick. Sheteh shalhevet olam me'aleh, that the flame should come up as on its own. How many educators really understand, mistakenly, that their job is to create a product, create a particular kind of outcome? This is what we want it to look like. Well, we learn chanoch lanar al pi darko, that you have to educate a child according to his way, according to her way. So really the question is not what is the flame going to look like, but are you going to prepare the environment for the flame to come up as on its own, for the child's strengths to emerge, for the child's own unique light to shine in his life and in this world. This is a huge shift in an educational concept, and actually is the guiding principle in our Beit Midrash Sulam Yaakov. Our philosophy is to create an environment which challenges people to grow and provides them with the resources with which they should grow. We don't really view our students as aiming at a particular product, at a particular outcome. We really look to nurture for each and every person their own way, their own realization of their full potential, that the flame should come up as on its own. I would suggest that this is an important principle for all teachers and of course for all parents. To what extent do we invest in preparing the wick? To what extent do we invest in acknowledging and recognizing the environment? To what extent do we understand that our role is not necessarily to educate, but to facilitate a process, to be an enabler in bringing the Or HaGanuz, the hidden light in every single person, and every single child, and every single student into the world. So from Sulam Yaakov, just wishing you at home and all of Am Yisrael Chanukah Sameach. We should really understand the secret of hatavat hanerot, of making the wicks as good as they possibly can be, so that the light shines evermore.